Are using Venezuelan airports and seaports to smuggle tons of cocaine a month to Europe and the United States. Many Venezuelans fear the Colombian traffickers will bring violence and corruption.
For the second time in less than a year, rebel soldiers tried to take over the government in Venezuela. Now, the threat does appear to be over, but as many as 50 people may have died in the fighting.
Charges of embezzling $17 million from the government. Carlos Andres Perez says he is innocent. He's the first Venezuelan president to face criminal charges since the country became a democracy 33 years ago.
In Venezuela today, at least 30 people burned to death when the buses they were riding got into a terrible crash. One bus hit another from behind, shoving it into a gas pipeline and setting off an enormous explosion.
Wallace's sources say none of the general's CIA contacts are even mentioned in the indictment because of CIA threats to block the case entirely.
Wolf Blitzer reports from Caracas, imports and exports were high on the agenda.
Del excelentísimo señor presidente de los Estados Unidos de América, William Jefferson Clinton.
This man to power in Venezuela, a former military officer who has said he will fight against a tradition of corruption and economic inequity.
Nationwide voting in Venezuela. Late word from Caracas. Voting officials tell us that with less than 50% of the ballots counted, people voting for a new constitution that would further empower President Hugo Chavez.
Protest President Chavez has crippled the country, which is one of the world's largest oil producers. That crisis, combined with the threat of war in Iraq, has caused oil prices worldwide to soar.
Tried democracy, elected as an outsider by Venezuelans 6 years later. Even Chavez's opponents admit that he's popular, especially with the poor.
The presidential candidate suggested that U.S. operatives should take out the president of Venezuela, Hugo Chavez, to stop that country from becoming, in Robertson's words, a launching pad for communism and Muslim extremism.
It has the largest proven oil reserves in the Western Hemisphere, and it's led by one of President Bush's fiercest critics, Hugo Chavez. Chavez has been using Venezuela's oil windfall to pay for an ambitious agenda at home and abroad.